Raspberry Pi Foundation just released a new microcontroller board called the Raspberry Pi Pico. It shipped to me in a real package. This board houses the RP2040 microcontroller, which is developed by Raspberry Pi itself. This board packs a lot. For example, the chip contains two M0 Plus Cortex ARM processors clocked up to 133 MHz. There are 30 GPIO pins, of which 4 can be used for analog inputs, and there are 16 PWM channels. There is also a real-time clock and a temperature sensor built into the IC. For programming, there is a through-hole version of the micro USB port. This board can be programmed in C, C++, or MicroPython, and all this in the price range of 350 rupees. So now let's see how we can set the board up and program it. To tinker around with this board, firstly I soldered male connectors to the board. Now we can see there is an issue with this board. After we solder the pins, the pin labels will be hidden behind the board when we hook this board up to a breadboard. Then we should go to the Pico's web page. It's very well documented with all the specs and the pinouts. The data sheets are also attached. But what we are wanting to do is to go to the getting started page and download the micropython.uf2 file. Yes, we are going MicroPython for this board. After downloading the UF2 file, it's time to plug in. Hold down the boot cell button on the board and plug the micro USB cable into the board. The Pico will show up as a storage device in my PC. Then we will copy the micropython.uf2 file we downloaded and paste it into the storage device. The board is now ready to be programmed in MicroPython. Now we will need an IDE to start programming. So go to thonny.org and download it. Then install it and open it up. Now to set up the Pico board in Thonny, you will also require this wheel file, which I will put the link to in the description. Open up Thonny and go to Tools. Select Manage Plugins, then select Install from Local File. Then select the wheel file you downloaded. The board will be installed. Now go to Run, select Interpreter and choose the MicroPython Raspberry Pi Pico. Now the board is ready to be programmed. Now I don't know how to code in MicroPython, but after looking at some example codes, I was able to learn a little bit. First, we will import the pin class from machine, which will allow us to interact with the GPIOs of the machine. The machine refers to the board. Then we will import the sleep class from the time, which works a little bit like the delay function we use while coding Arduino in C++. Then we define the LED to pin 25 as the inbuilt LED is connected to that GPIO and declare it as output. Then we will create a loop in the code. To change the state of the LED from on to off or off to on, we can use the led.toggle command. Then we add a delay of 1 second by writing sleep 1. And if we press run, we can see the LED on the board starts to blink and we successfully programmed the Pico to blink an LED. Now, there are a lot of things you can do with the Pico, like using the analog inputs and the flexible PWM channels, like this LED fading example. Now there is only the boot cell button on the board and no reset switch. For example, the Arduino Uno has a reset switch to reset the microcontroller. We can connect a switch to the run pin on the Pico to ground and use that switch as the reset switch. This board has a lot in it, like multiple I2Cs, multiple UARTs, multiple SPIs, temperature sensor, real-time clock, etc. This board is also compatible to solder it directly onto a PCB like a SMD component. This video was to introduce the Raspberry Pi Pico and get you started to tinker with it. In a future video, we will look at much more projects like using an OLED screen, temperature sensors, etc. We will also look at some basics of MicroPython coding. So stay tuned for that. Subscribe to the channel and press the notifications bell so you won't miss my future uploads. As for if this board is worth to buy for 350 rupees. In my opinion, it's a great deal to buy this board to get into the Raspberry Pi lineup and start with MicroPython, where many of the Raspberry Pi products are relatively high cost. In fact, this Pico is the first Raspberry Pi product I have ever tinkered yet. If you found the video useful, then please do like, share and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching.